What's going on, guys? This is Burrs. I want to talk to you today about some clean eating backpacking snacks. Some of the ones I've used over the last few years, some of the ones I count on, and some of the ones that I feel are the best out there. I really feel there's a difference in food quality that's out there. I mean, obviously, if you look around, you can see there's a quality difference between certain brands. And some of the brands here I'm going to show you today, maybe you haven't seen, or you've seen maybe at REI or some other stores that are out there. And I'm going to show you a little difference between some of the brands that you might see out there and think they're all right, and some of the brands that really are, in my opinion, really good. You know, as far as going out in the backcountry, I like to snack a lot. I don't like to take huge meals. I like to, you know, snack a lot along the way. And, you know, bars and energy gels, beef jerky, you know, this is the kind of stuff that really appeals to me, and I found that has worked really well. The one thing here I got in front of you is a sport gel. I take one of these probably every hour, maybe every hour and a half on the trail. And I really like this one a lot. It's by Vega Sport. You know, I found this to work really well. I've been using it for probably about a year and a half now, going on you know, backpacking trips. And where I first saw this was on a video where I was looking at some running videos, and this one guy who runs marathons said that he uses these about every 45 minutes to an hour running marathons. And the next time I was at the store, I checked this out, saw that they were there, checked them out, and I was like, let me try this out. So my next backpacking trip, I grabbed one, took it with, and I did it on the way back. I had one in between, you know, the backpacking trip, and I really found that it worked really well, and I've been using it since. This is a you know, great gluten-free, as you can see there. This is made of dates, as you can see in the description there. Get a little bit of grape juice, etc. But you know, dates are a great long-term energy food, and this is a plant-based. I believe this is vegan approved or whatever, which initially I kind of like pushed away from. I was like, really? But you know, you can see what they say right here. You know, push harder, last longer, take it to the next level, provides energy, excellent source of vitamin C, and has electrolytes. So this, on top of drinking water throughout your backpacking over the course of a few days, this really does help you with energy. Next thing I'm going to talk about here is Go MacroBars, or MacroBar. As you can see here, they have a lot of different flavors. This is almond butter and carob, which is kind of like a chocolate type thing. Non-GMO, vegan. You can see here on the back. The one thing I'll pay attention to is sugar. I don't want to have a ton of sugar. I want to have a little bit, but not a lot. You can see that the serving size is 1 bar. You get 12 grams of sugars, which isn't really that much. But the fact that you're having the almond butter, that has a lot of fat in it, and the good fat, and that's a good sustained long-term type thing. So when you're on the backpacking trip and you are going down the road, you know, it's going to be good for long-term as far as a snack goes. The other thing I want to talk about with all of these I'm going to show you is I found some stuff I like to use on backpacking trips, but either doesn't, you know, hold well for long term as far as summertime. Maybe it'll melt a little bit. You know, I see a lot of people take like Snickers and workout bars. I forget what, you know, they're called, maybe like muscle milk bars and stuff like that. And they'll start getting melty and all that stuff. I've found that all of these do not really have that issue, which is huge for me. I don't like to, you know, have half of my bar that I paid for, you know, kind of not even be able to be eaten. So Go MacroBar, they make a ton of different flavors. Like I said, gluten-free again. I try to stay gluten-free and organic, etc. This is a really good bar. The majority of them are made with some sort of a butter. They have sunflower butter, peanut butter, etc. The one thing I try to stay away from is omega-6s, because omega-6s increase inflammation. So if you're on a backpacking trip and you're eating a bar like ProBar, for example, I used to eat those, and I would kind of notice that, you know, I kind of felt puffy to a degree. And what I noticed on the back, once I started looking at nutrition more so over the last 3 years, they have a lot of omega-6s. And if you have more omega-6s than omega-3s, you find omega-3s in like salmon and stuff, you'll have an increase in inflammation. So if you're eating a few of those bars on a backpacking trip, you're going to notice that you're going to have inflammation, which is really the last thing you want to have, you know, on a backpacking trip. So if you have too much sodium, or a lot of sodium, a lot of omega-3 or omega-6s, you know, you're going to be swole, and not in the good way. So all the stuff here doesn't have a lot of omega 6s in it as well. The one thing I like to eat just in general is jerky, and here's a good example. I'm going to show you 2 jerkies here, and then this is one I've just been eating recently here and there that I do like, but on a backpacking trip I wouldn't like this exact brand, and I'll tell you why here shortly. But I have a fresh market that's near me, and I really found these buffalo jerkies. They also make beef, but I like the buffalo flavoring better. They got teriyaki, they got original. And the cool thing is there's not a ton of sodium, which you'll find in beef jerky normally. You can see there's 280 milligrams per serving, and there's 2 3/4 serving. So you're looking at around 2, 4, 6, maybe 700 milligrams of sodium per container here. And you got 2.5, almost 3 ounces of beef jerky there. Come to find that I like this. And then one thing I got for Christmas for my family was the new Primal grass-fed beef jerky. It's something I actually was looking at, and you know, pasture raised, which is huge, grass-fed, which these both are you know, a good cut, or not a good cut, but a good premium grade of you know, meat. So you get the grass-fed, no added hormones, gluten-free obviously, etc. So you come back here, you look at the sodium here, 240 milligrams for a container. There's 2 per container, so this whole thing is going to have under 500 milligrams of sodium, so you're not getting all that sodium in. Whereas like another beef jerky, you know, you look at this, it looks great, small batch, handcrafted, you know, premium beef used, no added MSG. But when you look at the sodium on this one, you can see that it's 730 milligrams, and there's 2. So there's 1,400 milligrams. That's almost 1,000 more milligrams of sodium than what this new Primal stuff is, which I like. Now granted, I like both of them, but on a backpacking trip, you know, I want some sodium, obviously, for hydration, etc. But you don't need an excessive amount, which if you were to take this with you, you'd have that. So the new Primal grass-fed beef jerky, they got this regular one. They have this spicy one right here, which is red, and this fresh market, or quite frankly, any one that you find that meets, you know, a good criteria of not having a ton of sodium or sugar. This only has 5 grams of sugar, which isn't a ton per serving. If you can find that kind of stuff with some high quality premium grade meat that's used, definitely that's a great snack on the go. Also, it serves as a container at the end because you're using this as a bag. You know, you can use this as a Ziploc bag when you're done, maybe put your trash or whatever in there, so you can use this to pack stuff out, so that's also good. The other thing the new Primal makes is these beef sticks. Exact same kind of stuff, grass-fed, grass-finished beef, and they make beef and turkey, and I forget the other one. Maybe it's spicy, yeah. So yeah, well, that's what this one is. You got spicy, you have the normal one, beef stick, and then you have a turkey one, and they all taste pretty good. And you know, this is again another food on the go. The only thing with this is you're gonna have to find a place for the trash. So throw it in the fire, throw it in a, you know, another kind of bag you have that you're gonna use as a trash bag, pack it out. One that I found probably about a year ago is Epic bars. And these are really cool because they're minimally processed, they're gluten-free, and they have a mixture in here. So my favorite ones are these bison ones. I mentioned these in the past. And this has uncured bacon and cranberry inside of here, 11 grams of protein. Protein's great. And as far as sodium goes, you have 220 milligrams. So again, you have some sodium, but you don't have an excessive amount. As far as sugar, you got 8 grams. So you don't have terribly too much going on. And it's minimally processed, so you're getting that good high quality stuff. Obviously, when you're cooking food, the more you cook it, the more nutrients are gone. So having a minimally processed type of food is especially good when you're out there and you're beating your body up, going on backpacking trips. You turn in for the night and you want to make sure that you recover from that. And having minimally processed foods is something I've found that's helpful for me. They make different ones, obviously. They make this chicken one, which is a sesame barbecue season one. They make a sriracha one. They make a uncured bacon one, which I really like a lot. And they make also make some sort of jerky as well. Obviously not this one, but they make a type of jerky. The jerky's all right, but I really like the bars a lot. And again, you know, you can eat this out of here and throw it in your trash bag to pack out. I'm gonna finish with a bar that I found, I don't know, a month ago. And I've been actually using this for breakfast sometimes. This is grass-fed whey, which is a type of powder protein. You have 14 grams of protein. You have omega-3s, non-GMO, gluten-free, only 5 grams of sugar. And you know, these have been really great. Obviously they don't have a huge omega-6 content. If anything, you want to have an even omega-6 and omega-3 so you don't have that, you know, huge inflammation boost when you have a excessive amount of omega-6s, which are found primarily in a lot of Western societies' diets. So you got to really watch that stuff when you look at labels. But I've really found these to be, you know, a great, again, on-the-go food. They don't really melt or anything like that when you're in summertime. You got tons of different flavors, but these Oatmega bars have been a really great addition and something you know, I'm going to be using more and more the more trips I go on. So a lot of people have been emailing me and sending me messages and saying, hey, you know, what do you use when you're going out there? I know on my Instagram and stuff, I'll put some, you know, I go work out and I'll put like a protein shake, you know, out there that I'm eating up or whatever. So people always ask me, you know, hey, what's some stuff you use when you go out into the wilderness? I've shown you meals over the past, but I haven't really showed you snacks and stuff. And honestly, snacks are definitely the way it is, you know, backpacking when I go backpacking, because it's a real quick meal. You just get it out, eat it, and continue on your way. You don't have to set up anything. They're just, you know, grab, eat, and go. So, so here's some of the things. Hopefully this helps some of you guys out who've asked me about the stuff that I use. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and let me know. If you guys have some other cool, what I would call clean eating type, you know, energy stuff or little snacks, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, or better yet, make a video about it. And until next time, later.